Okay guys, I'm really trying to do something for you guys this marking period. I noticed that lots of you do not know how to check your answers when you are solving equations, which is one of the really useful skills because if you're solving equations, as an example, you get to the answer, you always rely on me to check it for you, or you rely on somebody else. However, you can always check it yourself. That's the whole idea of math, learning how to check something for yourself. You don't have to go to the back of your book. You don't have to guess your answer. That's basically it. So today we're going to do something very simple. I'm hoping to have more of this in the future. This is going to be the first video. So the first video is how to check your answer. Most of you should be in my Algebra 1, Geometry or Algebra 2, all of which will have solving equation as a big part of it. So let's dive into it, how to check your answers. For a simple equation like this, 2x plus 2 equal to 10, I would expect you to be able to do it without too much problem. You'll be able to get to the x is equal to something, and normally you will just stop. But we are not going to stop starting from today. You are going to check the answer for yourself. And on top of that, if it's wrong, you are going to fix it. Okay? So, solving equation, they will either say solve for x, find x. There are not many ways to ask this. They may even just give you the equation and assume you know what to do. So let's just do it. Let's just do this. We should all be able to do this, hopefully. Remember that the whole idea of solving equation is to, at the end of your calculation, you want to get to x is equal to something. This is also a review for some of you in Algebra 1. So anything that is not x and it's not on the left-hand side. Left-hand side means it's on the left-hand side of your equal sign. So I know maybe a couple of you are still kind of confused about what do you mean by the left-hand side and the right-hand side. The left-hand side is the left-hand side of your equal sign. So this is the key to tell you which way I'm talking about. And I'm going to refer to that a lot, so this is going to be our right-hand side, way over there. So every equation is divided into the left and the right. My job is to make sure that at the end of these procedures, x is going to be on its own. It's going to sit on the left. So I want to obviously move this 2, okay? Try to treat it like a block of data. You are moving this whole thing to the right-hand side. It's always about the opposite of this operation. This is plus 2, so I'm going to subtract 2. I'm going to subtract 2. They are lined together so that the numbers can subtract. Don't make that mistake. Don't put that x to the other side. 10 cannot subtract that 2x. They are different. So that's the really cool thing. I can cross this out because 2 minus 2 is 0. And so we have this nice 2x we're going to carry over to the next step. Copy that equal sign. 10 minus x is going to be 8. Okay, 10 minus x is going to be 8. I'm going to erase this. This is bothering me. And after that, 2 times x. So I know this sounds odd, but you just read that statement. It says 2 times x equals 8. The opposite of 2 times is divide by 2. Multiply and divide, they go together. So you're going to divide by 2, you're going to divide by 2, divided by 2, and your x is going to be 4. All right. So most of you possibly, when you get to this stage, you will stop. But starting from today, you're not going to stop way over there. I need you to do one more thing for me. You're going to check if this answer is correct on your own. Okay, on your own. You're not going to go to the back of your book. You're not going to ask me. You're not going to ask your parents. You're just going to do it on your own. What I mean by that is, starting from now on, you are going to plug this number back in. That's what we call a substitution. You're going to substitute this x back to this left-hand side, and hopefully it's going to agree with your right-hand side. So that's basically the skill. So we're going to start with left-hand side first. Normally I start with left-hand side, unless, it's a very odd equation. We'll start with left-hand side. We know that the left-hand side is 2x plus 2. And I know my answer, what? X is equal to 4 right over there. I want to check if this answer is correct. So what I would do is I have 2 times 4 plus 2. Okay, when they're right next to each other, they're multiplied, don't add. So 2 times 4 is going to be 8. 8 plus 2 is going to be 10. So this 10 should be equal to my right hand side. Should be equal to. So I'm going to check. Oh, yeah, okay, that's correct. So these two answers, they will agree. When they agree, your x equals to 4 is the correct answer. Okay, so you can do it. It takes 10 seconds. I mean, I wrote this whole thing up in less than 20 seconds. And try to practice that. And so you can do it in your head. You don't have to write it out. So for a very simple question, you get to the end, check it if it's the same with your right hand side. If the answer actually agrees with the question, then you're done. You can move on. Okay? Let's do one more. So this one is a little bit more complicated. It has x's on the left and on the right. So we are still going to do the same thing. We are going to solve it. Remember that you are trying to get all of your x, or with whatever variable you have. It doesn't have to be x. It can be b. It can be I don't know. It can be Kevin as the variable. You are going to get your variable to the left hand side. That's the whole key for it. This whole practice. So you are going to get that negative 2x or minus 2x, whatever you like to call it, minus 2x to the other side. So the opposite to the minus 2x is going to be a plus 2x. So we're going to add 2x over here, noticing that the x, they are aligned together because that's how you add them. So 2 plus 2 is 4, so we get a nice 4x over here. That cancel out. We just did this part, so we just finished this part. We don't have to worry about it. For whatever you didn't do, you copy that. Okay? Take one step at one time. Don't try to do everything. Don't skip a step. So you have that 10 over here. This 4x, it adds up to a positive. That's why you have a plus right over there. I'm sorry with that. Okay, 10 plus 4x is equal to whatever you didn't do. This plus 30, put over there. Okay, we are lazy. We didn't do that plus 30 over there because positive 30 normally doesn't come with the plus. After that, this is going to stay. This is my x. I'm going to keep that over there. My variable should be on the left hand side. So I'm going to subtract this 10. Opposite of a 10 is subtract 10. Line them up properly. This cross out. You're going to get 4x is equal to 20. This part, well, because it's the first video, I'm going to talk about it. 4 times x. If you're confused, if you're still confused, just read that statement. Remember that the very first day I saw you guys, both geometry and algebra 1, we spent one lesson to talk about how to read a statement. Okay, so if you read it, it's 4 times x. 4 times. So the opposite of times is going to be divide. There are many different ways to remember that. Just divide by that number. Divided by 4 both sides. You're going to get yourself like x is equal to 5. So now we are going to check it. My left hand side is going to be 10 plus 2x, right? So 10 plus 2 times 5. The reason why I have this 5 is because I'm checking this answer. So that's not coming out of nowhere. So 10 plus 10 is going to be 20. So my left hand side, I know that, okay, this answer is giving me a 20. I do have to check the right hand side as well. So right hand side is going to be negative 2 times 5 plus 30. Negative 2 times 5, negative positive. This is a negative number, this is a positive number. You get negative 10. Then doing this, negative 10 plus 30. If you're still having problem with it, that basically means you can swap these two items. That's what I do actually in my mind. 30 go first, and then I put that negative 10 at the end. That's like the quickest way to do it. Instead of doing the negative 10 plus 30, I actually have 30 minus 10. So my answer is going to be 20. All right. So I'm going to check whether they agree to each other, and obviously they are. So x is equal to 5 is actually the correct answer. Okay, we're done with that. So another thing I want to talk about is sometimes this technique is very useful for kind of like a multiple choice questions. There are a couple of ways to do multiple choice questions. As an example like this, we are just using the same thing, right? So the question actually gave us that, and they gave us like, I don't know why I have A, B, B, D. All right, let's just change that. That's not right. Let's call it A, B, 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 D. So we're just going to change that. We want to find out which of the answer is correct. Before this video, maybe you are going to dive in and try to solve the equation and you'll get to it. What I would do if it's a multiple choice and it's a question like this, I want to find the x, I'm just going to plug the number in there, like really. So we are going to check the left-hand side. I'm tired of writing the left-hand side. So it's 10 plus 2 times 10. So that's a 20, that's a 10, it's going to be a 30. So the right-hand side is going to be negative 2 times 10 plus 30 over there. So you have like a negative 20 plus 30. Just use the skill that we just did. We swap these two. 30 minus 20 is going to be 10. They are not the same. So goodbye. Answer A. Quickly do the other one. All right. Left-hand side is 10 plus 2 times negative 1. So you have to be careful about this. Positive, negative, turn to negative. So 10 minus 2, you get 8. Right-hand side, negative 2 times negative 1 plus 30. So that turns into a positive 32. Not agree. Goodbye. B. I'll do the last one. It's going to be 10 plus 2 times 0, 10. Negative 2 times 0 plus 30, 30. Not the same. Goodbye D. So it has to be BB. It's a very short lesson, but I think this skill, everyone should use it. And that's all I have for today. Bye for now.